Hey, and welcome to our presentation, IKEA Art Directing the Real World. I'm Sam McDermott, one of the technical project leaders here at IKEA Marketing and Communication. During the presentation, I'll also be joined by Tanya Gannon, Senior Art Director, Gretchen Broussard, Interior Designer, and Frederick Carlson, 3D Artist. Together, we'll share with you some of the processes that we use every day to create great IKEA imagery for marketing, before looking ahead to the future of customer-facing experiences. But before we do that, what is IKEA Marketing and Communication, and what's our role within the IKEA organization? If we go right back to the beginning, IKEA was originally founded in 1943 by Ingvar Kamprad, who lived as a boy on a farm called Elmtarud in a town called Agunnaryd, here in Sweden. IKEA celebrated its 75th birthday in 2018. And since the beginning, the vision has remained the same, to create a better everyday life for the many people. This phrase captures the essence of IKEA. We try and do this through a range of functional products and solutions for the home, positioned at a price point that is affordable to as many people as possible. As of today, there are 443 stores worldwide, 437 big stores and 6 smaller inner-city stores, and we're spread across 59 different markets. In 2020, we opened our first store in the Ukraine and enabled our e-commerce platform in Bahrain and Morocco as well. There's around 217,000 employees worldwide, or co-workers as we call them at IKEA, though that's only a fraction of the customers that come through our doors or browse the website annually. Our department, Communication Development, sits under IKEA Marketing and Communication. We are the in-house agency of IKEA, with an assignment to tell stories that create excitement about the IKEA offer and how we do business, with content that meets people wherever they are all over the world. Or you could say, we create the world's most exciting IKEA communication. Communication marketing that starts as an idea and ends up in one of our printed brochures or digital channels. You might be curious to see where we do it, so let's head over to Sweden and take a look at where we work. Okay, so we're close to nature here in Småland in Sweden, but where exactly? Located in the same town that saw the first IKEA store, the home of IKEA product development, where you can visit the IKEA museum or stay a night in the IKEA hotel. Älmhult is where you'll find us. Welcome to IKEA Marketing and Communication. Let's take a look around. Starting with the studio. This is where we actually build and photograph the room sets. This studio is 8,000 square meters. It might be the largest studio of its kind in Northern Europe. The space is divided in slots, and each slot can be a room set. We can accommodate up to 30 room sets in parallel, so things can get really busy when we're at full capacity. We have an on-site warehouse to keep everything we need to create the room sets. Floors, walls, rugs, windows, and doors of different styles and sizes. We can easily recreate life at home from a cozy loft in Paris to a period property in Milan. And since life at home is made up of more than just IKEA products, we have a large propping studio with anything from clothes to books to food packages and small appliances. It's not all about images. We have a state-of-the-art film studio, fully soundproofed with a 360-degree green screen. We produce a wide range of motion media formats, from short call-to-action clips to longer and more complex stories and even product picture films, which will help our customers better interact with our range. When not working on motion media assignments, we also use the space for photography shoots. One thing that most people don't know is that many of our images are fully or in part created using CGI. The 3D studio is where our 3D coordinators, 3D artists, and photo retouchers sit. As well as a photogrammetry rig, flatbed texture scanner, and dedicated render farm, we have specific lighting and neutral grey wall colors to make sure the color on the screen and on prints are correct. Now you've seen where we work, you're probably curious to see how we do it. So let's catch up with Tanya, Gretchen, and Frederick and see how they collaborate together to create compelling IKEA communication using CGI.
Hello, my name is Tanya Gannon. I work as an art director in IKEA Marketing and Communication. Whether it's photo production, CGI production, or mixed production, we work together to deliver content for our omnichannel landscape. And here are some stuff that we do on a daily basis. Times have changed. Customers still come to the store, but they also visit shops, planning studio, and more. People look to IKEA website and apps for information and inspiration. Many customers buy online without ever setting foot in the store. More than ever, it's important to send simple and clear messages with the same tone of voice. We say many voices, one tone. Working as an art director in IKEA means developing communication for all media. This is one of the reasons I find my job so fascinating. There's never a dull moment. There's so much to develop as the world and the way we communicate constantly change. We get to work with small projects, big projects, and everything in between. We work in photo studios, film studios, on location, and with CGI. Here you can see a smorgasbord of the different communication that we produce, from product communication to PR kits. The omnichannel landscape is always changing and evolving as new formats and platforms emerge. This requires for us to have an active role. You need to be agile and adapt to the latest developments so the IKEA brand will continue to be seen as relevant and present across markets. We channel our communication into 4 streams, you can call them. The Attract stream, the Activate IKEA-led stream, and the Activate Consumer-led stream. And the 4th one is Convert Communication stream. To cater for the new communication landscape and our new web platform, we had to optimize the format of our pictures. But we are also looking into how we can really get the most out of our content. We have for many years focused on global communication, but in the last couple of years we can see that we're getting more and more into market-specific content, and here you can see what that could look like. Here is an example of how to tell a story with a large establishing shot, and then we have close-ups on either a product benefit or a function. This is what it looks like when the communication ends up in the range brochures. We have something called the IKEA Media Content Center, where we deliver our so-called content delivery packages, which contains everything that you need to spread the communication in your market.
Hi, my name is Gretchen, and I'm an interior designer with IKEA. Our goal is to help create a better everyday life for the many people around the globe. And this means that as designers, we have to be curious and always strive to understand life at home in all parts of the world. Our interior designers come from a variety of backgrounds. Some have degrees in interior architecture, some came more from the styling world. We have set designers, and some actually received their training in our retail stores. Our job isn't just about making beautiful rooms. It's about supporting people with functions and home furnishing tips based on insights about life at home. Of course, it's always with a price tag that's affordable. Here you can see some of the different stages of our creative process. Once we receive a brief, we think about who's living there and what the space might look like, and that's what you see there on the left. In the center, you can see a sketch of the angle from the planning phase, and we work in SketchUp to produce rather exact angles so that everybody knows what to expect in production. And on the right, you see there the finished solution. In every home furnishing solution we create, we first consider the activities that are meant to take place by the people in the space. And from there, we can identify the needs of those people in order to provide a relevant solution. Here are some examples of our work. These particular images are intended to be shown on IKEA.com, but they often get used in other places like social media. The IKEA range has 4 distinct style groups, which allows us to create solutions that appeal to a wide variety of people. We offer ideas and inspiration for organizing your home, for getting the most out of small spaces, and for family life with children.
Hi everybody, my name is Fredrik, working as a 3D artist. So everything is possible. So if you have the imagination, we can create it. It's like an empty canvas that we can use. But it all comes down to which production method that works best in different kind of project. Like making people, it's much easier to take a photo of a person with a green screen than making a 3D model. But 3D is constantly getting better and faster all the time. So maybe soon. No limit to studio space. We have endless environment to work with. So like building houses and maybe entire IKEA store as big as we need, then we can do it. And that can be really difficult in a physical studio, of course. Any location in any season. We use HDRIs, make models and take texture of all places of the world. So we can bring the environment to us instead of traveling to other countries. Same tools that feature films. We do a lot of animation at IKEA. And a lot of time it's easier and cheaper to do it in 3D than a physical. And we sort of have more control over the end result. So working as a 3D artist is super fun because you're always learning new things. You have to be creative, think a little bit outside the box. There's a lot of different tools that you can use for different kind of projects. And understanding how to bring a story to a customer. And then try to understand how real life works so you can copy that in 3D. So when it comes to models, we have different kind of resolution for our models. So like 10 is the lowest one that we have. Then we have 100, then 1000, then 5000. And 5000 is the highest resolution that we have. The lowest one we can use for common store planner if we want to build an entire store full of furniture. Then we use the lowest one because there's so many polygons in the scene. The 1000 one we can use for maybe AR, home planner, and VR. 5000 we use for all the animation and the images that we do. We also converted all the models to SketchUp, so the interior designer can use those models for building and propping rooms. And the models, textures, and material is done by a modeling team that we have. They are really skilled at what they do, so they make the model look exactly the same as the real furniture. And we need a place to store all the models that we created. And we have our own model bank where we have 67,000 IKEA furnitures and 13,000 external propping to choose from. And we can simply just drag it into our scene and place it wherever we want it. The model bank has also material and texture that we can use and even background environments. So what is the step of making an image? But first, the interior designer needs to be done with the SketchUp file. The file is then converted back to 3D Studio Max and the 3D artist can start working with the scene. The first day we set up all the materials and textures on walls, floor, ceiling, and we add doors, windows, and we set up a camera and basic light so we can see what's going on. Day 2 and 3 and even 4, we mostly work with the interior designers to set up all the propping. Day 5, we do the final tweak with the propping and do the final light in the scene and try to get that approved. Then we do the render. After that, we do some post in Photoshop and send it to the retouch artist so they can do the final tweaks that they need to do. A normal image, we work 5 days to finish an image. If it's a bigger room, we have 6 days. And then we have 1 day each for every close-up that we do. So what is it that makes a good 3D image? In 3D, everything becomes so perfect, so we have to mess up things a little bit. So handles on doors can't be perfectly straight, and maybe books in a shelf can't be perfectly aligned. So we have to work with the imperfection in the image so it comes alive. But there's also a point where it becomes too much and it becomes really messy in the image. So the 3D artist has to balance the messiness. So here are some full rendered 3D images that we have done. We have worked with photographers a lot of years to better understand how they are working with the light and composition in their images. So what is a good light and how do we show the furniture in the best way? Because we can't only focus on a beautiful light, we have to think about the furniture and how to spotlight the furniture in the room that we want to sell.
So how do we work together in projects? When it comes to creating images, it's not the method that drives us, but the end goal. What we aim for is to produce beautiful images that truly reflect our range of products and inspire our customers about life at home in the many markets. We always plan smart when it comes to creating images. We aim to engage people all over the world. So already in the planning, we have criteria to help us decide the most effective way of creating a specific image. We can go with one of 3 options: a photo, a mix of photo and CGI, or fully CGI. We are only humans, and we all do mistakes. But if we dare to share them, we can learn from each other and develop. The way we do this is through transparency and constant evaluation. So how will we work in the future? There will be more market-specific communication to show the different local activities and architectural variations, which will lead us to do more automated volume production. So, now I'm off to fry some plant balls. So over to you, Samuel.
So far, you've seen how every image we produce is art-directed with people in mind. Our communication is designed to speak to a broad audience while remaining local and relevant to each customer. We've seen how our art directors, interior designers, and 3D artists are leveraging new technology and processes to scale up our production in new ways. The output of these processes, combined with new digital channels, has enabled us to reach more people than ever before. And this dialogue with our customer base has evolved our range into a diverse collection of solutions for more people than ever. Looking ahead, with a potential 3 billion customers worldwide, our challenge is to now listen and react at an even greater scale, ensuring that the relevance and usefulness of our products is easy for anyone to see, wherever they are. Doing this while also going deeper into personalized recommendations and customization. We see an opportunity to embrace new technology to create a better everyday life for so many people in a way that feels relevant for each individual. To understand where the future might be headed, let's look back at some of the milestones which have led up until now. How can we continue to deliver inspirational product and room setting imagery while broadening our audience? Adopting new production methods will be the key to increasing the relevance of our marketing for as many customers as possible. As you've seen already, we are art directing at scale. And using computer-generated imagery to do this started as an idea in 2005. 2006 saw the first computer-generated chair in the IKEA catalogue. Today we produce over 3,500 3D models a year and have more than 45,000 in our model bank. 2009 saw the first full 3D room set in the IKEA catalogue. And around this time we started working on our internal model bank to hold all of the assets. 2012 saw the introduction of our first AR application, which could be opened using a QR code printed in the catalogue. We incorporated mixed production techniques into our processes in 2014, mixing 3D and film. In 2016, we released IKEA VR Experience on the Steam store, and followed up a year later with IKEA VR Pancake Kitchen. AR Kit came along in 2017, and IKEA Place was one of the first applications of the technology. As with the introduction of the LiDAR sensor on the iPad Pro in 2020, we were one of the first to embrace this new technology. While the image and video communication we produce internally is still vital to the story of our product offer, since our first steps into computer graphics, there has been a clear trend towards fully interactive real-time experiences. And we believe that this is only the beginning of a trend that will continue into the years to come. While desktop, tablet, VR, and mobile handheld AR experiences are clearly going to be important, we think that the largest customer shift towards real-time interactive content will be fueled by something that we call the device revolution. A revolution that started with the introduction of the personal computer, and mobilize that into something that you can hold in your hands with the introduction of the smartphone. The device revolution will create an interaction with technology which feels more natural than ever before, creating new opportunities to radically change the way our customers find and interact with our product offer. Imagine being able to explore our entire product range wherever you may be, with true scale, photorealistic models that let you configure them in the way that best suits your needs. And doing this in a level of detail not possible in reality. Inspecting the quality as you would in a store, but also being able to see sustainability information for each part. Seeing all of this in the context of your own home, or one of IKEA's virtual room solutions. The usefulness of a product really becomes apparent when shown in context. And we think that the story of our products needs to be told not just from a visual standpoint, As humans, we inspect quality using all 5 senses. So communicating the way a product functions through sounds and other haptic information is also going to be a big focus in this shift. We see an opportunity to create new experiences that bring people together in new ways. Sharing your proposed layout of furniture for the living room or asking for help choosing the right color of chair. Our vision for the coming device revolution is to bring a fully digital, next-generation IKEA experience to the customers of tomorrow. An experience that is as natural as walking through the store, with the convenience of being able to access it wherever you may be. To get an idea of what to expect in the future, let's take a look at what IKEA and its partners have done in this space already. That was just a glimpse of some of the experiences IKEA and its partners have created already. But as our founder Ingvar once said, most things still remain to be done. A glorious future. We hope you enjoyed our presentation today. If you've been inspired by what you've seen and want to help us art direct the real world of the future, why not check out our current job openings using the QR code on screen or link below. Thanks for listening and enjoy the rest of GDC.